Yeah. So, yeah, so he kept things clean enough so that you didn't have to. But that means that it'll be limited. Hopefully everything that Tom did was, yeah, so hopefully it'll be limited to just where Dan screwed up. Yeah.
Good evening.
Hey, Susie.
Hey, Jim.
Good evening, all.
Hey, Jim.
All right.
Being that this is just a subcommittee, do we need to call a meeting to order?
Yeah,
We do, okay.
it's a committee.
Even without a quorum.
I guess there is no known quorum in an open subcommittee, but it does have a committee form to it.
Okay. So we can have one or two and still call a meeting to order in the subcommittee.
Yeah, I think it's because it's like you have to post it. It has some of that format. You have to post it, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So our mission for tonight is to start putting together the documents for annual town meeting,
Yep.
primarily and I sent you, I think I sent it to you, Susie.
All right, I'll look over here then.
Yeah,
Let's see what I gotta do.
it's a Word document
Okay,
that I sent earlier today.
all righty,
Is that last year's report?
Yes.
here it is.
Yeah, I have it right here myself.
The only thing I'm not 100% sure of if I have the most recent one.
Right.
Mine is dated May 18th.
Yeah, well, our last one was June 3rd. The final copy was on June 3rd. It has it written up in the corner. I can send you it if you want to put it up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's over here. Just a minute. Come. And it was. There it is. Here it is. Okay, I don't need to do that. I need to do this. Compose. Jim. And final. And attach. I just have it. And it's Oh, brother. Okay. I just sent it to you.
That's June 3rd. Is that the one, Becky, we would have distributed to the, at town meeting?
Okay. Yeah. I can check what's posted on the website. I'm pretty sure that was it, because I'll go look on the website. And that would be over here.
You're on pause, Becky. Mute, Becky.
George, did you make me the host or was I the host?
You were the host, I think, because you got here first.
No, because last time when you came on, you took over my hosting.
Well, it says I can reclaim, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm not interested. I got to
Well,
figure out how to stop this from happening.
I
But-
know. Well, right
But-
now I have to jump off and finish some other work. You guys have it more than covered.
Well, Becky.
The only question I have, Becky, is if we want to share a document, does one of us have sharing author?
Two of you do, George and you have it.
Okay. So we can share documents.
Yeah,
Okay, if we need, if so needed.
yeah.
Okay.
Becky, so Becky, before you leave, the last budget you sent us has not changed. Shouldn't it have changed? I think we had some,
I changed the health insurance. I just sent you the latest, but I backed
did.
out the excess levy capacity amount for now. I'm gonna put it back in. But it's not there right now. I'm gonna put it back in once I finish all, once I go through and make sure all,
okay, and then you'll send us the revenue.
it's all there.
Did you change it for the House Ways and Means Committee number? Or are we going to keep it at 636 for chapter 70? House Ways and Means went up to 639.
Yeah, and the liabilities, the cost went down a little bit by about 1,000.
I'll get those changes in. Do you need them tonight? I can work on
No.
that and bring
No,
it
we
back.
don't need them tonight. Well, I think we're really sketching the outline of this thing. We're looking at the sections that are gonna need to be fixed or changed, or pieces that are really more pertinent to 22 than the last one. So
Yeah.
I think we're gonna end up making a list of stuff we have to work on. Because this is just the first round. It takes some time.
Okay. Well, you should be in good shape then.
Okay. Send it to us as soon as you get it, though. As soon as you finish the revenue part. And
Yeah.
the expense part. I'm sorry, the expense part is done. You sent it to me, right?
I sent you both.
Oh, you did? I only saw the expense.
Well, it's all on one spreadsheet right
Oh,
now.
got it. Okay, it's not two files. All right, got it. Right. I see, because this is different format. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And there'll probably be some small changes I have to go back through and make sure all the contracts are in and everything. And there might be a small change with the hauling number, because we had to make another change. All right,
Okay,
But-
great, thank you.
for what you're doing, you're good. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.
Take care.
Thank you. George, I'm gonna make you the host now,
Okay,
so I don't wipe out your meeting.
good point.
All right. Good night.
Good
All
night.
right.
So Jim, I do think 6.3 is the final version. I don't have another version, and I can't navigate the website, the town website, on the fly. So I think we should work from this one that's marked 6.3.
Okay. So do we want to sort of work our way through that document and see about changes we need to make?
Yeah.
Shutesbury.
So do you want to put it up on the screen?
I could do that
Great idea.
if that would help everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Where am I here? Too many documents open.
do you see the share option? You have it?
Yeah. Yeah, I just got too many things open here, so looking for the right. Okay. I've got that. Now I want to do,
So Jim, you went to the hockey game, UMass in the, wasn't the Frozen Four, but the hockey tournament.
yeah, how'd you know that?
You were on TV. I was watching it and they were zooming in on somebody and you were sitting right behind them.
Oh,
You didn't know that, huh?
well, no, but a friend of mine actually sent me a screenshot of it right afterwards. So
Yeah.
I knew it was on there, but I didn't know it was that obvious.
They zoomed in pretty tight, so we could see you and whoever you were with, the guy with the black beard.
Yeah, a guy I went to college with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two of you were pretty clear. The guy in front of you
Wow.
must have been somebody, I don't know. I wasn't even watching the game for very long. I was just checking in to see how UMass was doing, and I ended up watching the third period.
Yeah, they played a pretty decent, well, they started off really well and then they gradually slipped.
Well, they played a tough team.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, there was actually two games that day at the Centrum. There was that game, and then after, was it before or after? Northeastern played also. So I went to Northeastern. So between UMass and following UMass and Northeastern having gone there,
Oh, that's pretty good.
I went to both games. Both teams lost in overtime. But it was fun. It was,
We were ahead with 10 minutes left. I mean, we had, it looked like we might have a chance to win it.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So are you able to find that?
I have it. Now I need to, let's see, share. Where's share?
Bottom.
Let's see. I got it here. Okay, I think you should be able to see it now.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
okay. I don't think we get very direct feedback. Everybody's so glad that town meeting's over and we're moving on. But, I think the template we've been using is reasonable, and we might find some ways to tweak it, but I think basically we stay with this format.
Yeah, I think over time we've tweaked it a bit, but yeah, I agree.
So-
I think instead of worrying about the exact numbers right now for this report, we could put an asterisk beside everything we know that needs to be changed that we are not 100% set on yet. So, I mean, we can change things like it needs to say, maybe you can do a search for everything that says FY22 and change it to FY23. That will probably help. Do a search and a find and replace. Oh, well, then no, some are just called fiscal year.
Yeah, you want to be careful about that because if you got 22s and numbers, you're going to change them. But
Oh,
unless you got the FYs, obviously the FY22s, you could change all those in one shot.
right.
So for this upper section, this drives the table that shows the revenue breakdown by the different sources. I can pretty much do that. I pretty much have that close to done. I've got last year's template for making that. And all I have to do is change the numbers, which I actually started doing while I was waiting for this meeting to start.
Is that the pie chart you mean?
Yes. And these numbers under revenue sources, I've got it pretty much done. The
Okay.
only,
But
only,
does that include the Ways and Means proposal?
no, I'll have to look and see what Becky has, what she did. I don't, it sounded like she didn't make that change. And honestly, we need to talk about that at our next meeting to talk
Right.
about what we want to use. So this
Right.
is subject to change. But I
Okay,
got the template done. I've got this data that I can just copy and paste right in. I can send it to whoever owns this. It is, but there is a question that we
Mhm.
need to ask. We need to ask the assessor if you scroll back up for a second, or you can see it here as well, but row 1, residential taxes, row 2, commercial industrial, that's not on Becky's revenue schedule. So we need to find out from the assessor what the breakout is. Now, I know what it is for FY22, but how does that, how would Kevin break it out for FY23?
so Jim, didn't we have some sheet? I wish I could find a pile of papers that I used last time, but didn't we have a sheet that broke that out? We
Well,
didn't
the
make
Broke
it,
out that broke out the assessment?
the commercial and industrial personal property assessment, yeah.
Yes, yes, we did.
The recap sheet does it. Are you referring to the recap sheet?
No. I
We had it
don't-
right on the, it was right in the annual report, I think.
Well, it can't be
No,
because
because
it's an
this is a projection.
yeah, it can't be. I
Let
think it's
me-
something the assessor has to do.
Yeah, I thought
Or we
we,
could use the
oh,
ratio.
well, here it is. This is how we did it. It's right here, George. We got residential taxes. And then we have commercial, industrial, and personal property taxes.
Yeah.
Right.
And we got those numbers, I think we got those numbers from this kind of sheet. Oh, yeah, there's the camera. Did we get it from there?
Yeah, that's the recap sheet, but the recap sheet that's been completed is for FY22, not FY23. So I'll allocate it. I'll allocate it based on the way it's allocated in FY22, because that's probably what Kevin's going to do, because it's all projection and it's not going to change the totals. It's just going to change the allocation between the two. So I'll keep it the same ratio,
Didn't see that. All right, wait a minute.
because when the taxes go up, it's going to go up at essentially the same ratio across the categories anyways. So that's what I'll do.
These, oh yeah, this is a sum.
All right, I've got it.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'll do. All right. I was just
I
wondering if you
thought,
had talked to
based
Kevin.
on some input from Becky during at least, I think our last couple of meetings, our last couple of FinCom meetings, I thought she expected Kevin to have at least an estimate, a conservative estimate.
he wants to stick with what's on the chart. He thinks it's too early to come in with a different estimate.
He
did
said
not
that-
want to change that.
He said that recently?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
So using 243 million for our assessed value. Okay. So the box on the right, estimated tax rate. Do you remember how you got that last year?
That's just taking the
Yeah.
the total taxes and then dividing it by the assessed value of the town.
Yeah, it's actually on the revenue page.
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
oh, over here.
23.91, I think, is what it is, the way things stand right now.
Okay,
I'll double check that. And I would definitely run this by Becky so she gets a
Yeah.
chance to talk to Kevin about it.
yeah, maybe what we should do is highlight in red or some way to indicate these numbers need to be checked, but we can change them now. It's just that they need to be checked.
Yeah, and that's using the same exact assessed value as in FY22. Wow, that's interesting. He doesn't think that should go up. new growth alone would cause it to rise. That
Say
doesn't
that
make
again,
sense.
George?
You said, or Becky said that Kevin doesn't think we should increase the assessed value. And I'm just thinking, if we have new growth, just new growth alone would increase assessed value. All right, well, we're gonna question that again, but for now, we can put in 2391. Basically, I can give you the numbers to put in the box if you want, just to start.
Okay, where is, oh, I see. Well, it's not the same as FY '22. It's the same as the final recap. So when we had proposed the column for revenue, proposed FY '22, that number for value was 227 million. And then the final recap came in at 242 million. And
Yeah,
that's the proposed number. So it's not the same as what we used before.
No, not what we use, but it's the same as what it actually is for FY '22. And
But
you gotta,
Yeah, I think he said that, the change time for that isn't now, it's later.
it is for him, but we're trying to estimate for the town, for
Uh-huh.
town meeting.
Because
You know what I'm saying?
you think new growth definitely should be reflected in that number.
Right, yeah, shouldn't it? I mean, yes. Because that's gonna be new taxable property, which means the value of taxable property in our town has to go up.
Okay, so where is the amount of, the new growth is line 5 in the revenue,
there's nothing on there.
and there's nothing on there.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh, no, it's new growth in line 3. There it is.
It's at 10,000.
Yeah,
So
That
not,
doesn't really have an impact.
yeah, that's not very big. You're right about that. I agree. It's probably not a big deal.
okay. So that's where those numbers came from and where they go. So do we want to trick the numbers in right now and put them in red so that we'll go back over them? Or do we want?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. And the 2183 I read is actually the current year's rate. I was looking at the wrong column. But I can tell you, we can put some placeholder numbers in there now. We're going to edit all of this at the end.
Right,
So I got to jump back and forth. So I'm going to give you the two numbers in the third row. The 5320 is going to be replaced by, that should be 5,464. And that's going to be divided by 242944. Okay.
right.
And the result is going to be a projected tax rate of $22.49.
$22.49.
Yes.
So the tax is going down.
You said the total tax is 5,600.
5464. Let me take a look at your screen. 5320 should be 5464.
And where's that coming from?
You didn't type these in. They're on the revenue schedule, that the revenue budget that Becky had distributed to us. So that we distribute the budget, the first page is revenue. It's
Yeah.
right on there. It's
Yeah,
right
yeah.
on there.
So you're looking at line 6, ma'am?
I'm looking at line 23.
Oh, 23, sorry.
That's the tax
Oh, yeah.
levy.
Okay,
And then we're dividing it into line 7, which is the assessed value of the town.
all right.
And
It
it's
helps
simple
me-
division at that point.
Yeah, it helps me to use the line numbers because I haven't
I
intuited
understand.
them.
I understand. I'll do that for you.
Okay, so George, do you have capacity to edit this document? Or only you have to say the numbers to Jim and he edits them?
Well, Jim has it. I don't have that. The document is in Jim's screen right now.
All right.
If you want to give it to me and have me do it, I'm fine with it.
Well,
I can do it.
Okay,
Yeah. So So back to what I was saying then, Jim. I'm just trying to look at something here. So it's 5,464K divided by. I got to jump between screens here, so I don't see
I
that
don't
yet.
have it. I have it. as-
I have a 242,944.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, you're looking at it right now too. So you're looking at the same thing as me. So that's great.
So just say the line numbers, but I don't have that first number of 5 million.
464.
I see it as, I thought it was 5,416,000.
So Becky sent me an
Oh,
updated.
I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
got
it's the one she sent me
Updated.
10 minutes ago.
it. Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. And it's the one she'll present at the next finance.
Did she send that to all of us?
She didn't, but I can. Well,
Yeah, I think that would make it, we don't need to go in circles here. So if we're all looking at the same thing, that would be really helpful.
careful because it's raw, Jim. Because it's not what she normally, it's her underneath numbers, if you will. It's what she uses to put together the PDF that she sends us all, but you're both about to get a copy of it.
Okay.
So just be careful with it. That's all I say. That's all I ask. Okay, so anyways, so, yep. So the tax rate would then be $22.49 is the other thing you should change. Current rate is 21.83. And I'm going to calculate the increased percentage. Increased percentage is 3%.
Is this, how does this change? This number here?
Oh, I thought I gave it to you. It's 23.81. Oh, I'm sorry, 21.83. I apologize, 21.83. And that's right off the recap schedule. That's the calculation made by the assessors for the current fiscal year.
And that comes out to 3% also?
Yes,
We're holding steady.
state aid estimated reduction. I didn't do that, but that's on the revenue schedule. So let me go down to that. I assume we should still do that. Let me just.
We're gonna see a little bit of it. We'll see a little bit of an increase instead of a reduction.
No, it was a reduction, actually. It went down $4,000.
State aid,
Went down $4,000. The decrease was in the school choice lines, the charter school, the school choice, and the regional. No, the school choice sending tuition, school choice.
are you looking at the most recent version that?
Yeah, if you look at rows 38 and 39, well, if you look at row 41, you'll see that it decreases by 4,000. If you look at rows 38 and 39, you'll see where the decreases are. And they offset increases in chapter 70 and UGA money, but to a greater extent, unfortunately for us.
Oh, here it is.
So the decrease is about 0.5%. .5, 0.54 if you want to put it in there.
You say this is 0.54?
And you can see that on the revenue row 41.
And that's the one we just received with the, that has the,
Yes, that's what I just sent you.
I don't see the revenue part in what you just sent me, George.
You have to go to the tab that's marked, drum roll please. It's it's the tab all the way to the right. You see there's one called salaries,
Yeah.
the one next to it, Rev 1 year out.
Okay, it was a plus sign. I didn't go there. Oh no, that is a new sheet. Here comes, where'd I go? Expenses. request.
Sent.
This- No. All right, I don't want to mess this up, but I lost the salary one. Okay, just close it maybe. No, don't save. Oh, Lord.
So Jim, at some point, I'll send you all the expense stuff on the lot, back to the main part of this section. And I'll send you the graph with the
I got
fiscal
it now.
23 numbers.
I got it now. Sorry.
That's right. So do you see the numbers that I was talking about? You see the 5464, the 242994,
Yep. Yep.
and then you see the state aid. You should check that too. Make sure I got the right number, 0.54 decrease.
4 decreased. Story sheet. Yep.
Okay, good.
Okay, now I'll be on the beam. The last year, we did this physically sitting side by side. So paper shuffling worked a little better.
And that last year of my employment during the pandemic, I got really good at doing all this stuff on computers
Nice.
with split screens and, multiple monitors. All right, but I think everything in the box is what it looks like right now. It looks like it's the numbers we're presenting if we were presenting tomorrow.
So was the current rate is 2183?
Yes, that's on the recap.
Okay.
And you can also calculate it on the schedule, the revenue schedule that you're looking at, which I did.
Yeah. Okay, good.
So it checks out.
Well, that's interesting because the last report we handed out was at a different place because it was before the recap. So the last report said the current rate was 2261. I wonder if,
I think that's the previous year.
well, I'm just wondering if when we say current rate, it's really, do you call that FY22's number?
Yeah, it's the actual 2183 is the actual FY22. Yeah, you want to relabel that?
Oh, yeah, so I wonder instead of calling it current rate, because,
Call it FY22 rate.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. You might even want to say estimated FY23 tax rate. So it just
Right.
eliminates any confusion.
Right.
Not that, some people might be unsure, and that'll just make it clearer. And
Right.
so that's good. I like that suggestion.
Yeah. So Jim, do you want to fix that box a little bit more?
Yeah, where are we here?
So where it says estimated tax rate, we'll make it say estimated FY23 tax rate. And then down below where it says current rate, we could, instead of the word current, we can say FY22 rate. All right.
Let's see what happens.
I'm still struggling with the reduction versus an increase.
In the state aid, that's flummoxing you because of the House Ways and Means numbers?
Yeah,
Well, so.
I
since
show
we
that the
have-
House Ways and Mean numbers are about $28,000 higher than fiscal year 22.
No, not that
So-
much, is it?
So,
No.
so one of the, so there were two things thought about. Wouldn't the FinCom have to decide if they want to call the state aid by the Ways and Means schedule instead of by the governor?
Well, even if it's by the governor is 14,000 higher.
Yeah, but Jim, I think this isn't all the numbers. This is just a few select lines. So when you look at the difference from 1,000,005 to 1,019,019, right? Governors
Oh.
to House and Ways and Means, and you're comparing them both to 990 for the estimated cherry sheet. That 990 isn't what we have on our revenue schedule for, I want to make sure I'm not lying. Because
Yeah,
there's
that's probably
other
because it
things-
wasn't the final.
Well, and there's other lines. That's not all the state aid. That's just specific accounts that you're looking at, specifically Chapter 70 tuition reimbursements, charters tuition, excuse me, and
Yeah,
the
but if
other
you-
money.
Yeah, but if even, George, if you look at the revenue sheet and you
What was
compare the revenue sheet to the state, with the state document.
Does that include the charges, Jim?
Yes,
Yeah. No, I don't think it
Includes both.
does. What are you looking at?
and
Can
it
you bring
matches up.
Tell-
It matches
tell them-
up.
No, say the lines you're looking at you're on the revenue sheet, right, Jim?
I'm looking at the revenue sheet.
Okay. And what line are you looking at?
Well, Chapter 70, it's,
Line 26.
yeah, line 26, that's showing 636,
Right?
and it's going up to 639.
Well, we're not using that yet.
Yeah. Oh, I see what,
Look at line 41.
41.
The total state aid is 694,
Yeah,
660.
yeah, I see what you're, yeah, and she subtracts out, I see, she subtracted out the school choice.
Yeah, the charges, all those lines, 35 to 40. Right?
Yes.
Well, school choice is line 28.
Well, there's
38.
two versions. There's school choice receiving, there's school choice sending. So
Right. Line 38 is for when we send the kids out and it's an expense. So line 40 says total intergovernmental expenses. Those are expenses. And so that's why 174K is taken away. That's why the net state aid is down to 694.
Yeah, 174 was the governor's budget proposal.
Charges. Mhm.
I'm sorry, 170, yeah, 174. And the House reduced it to 172.
Right. I don't know what the track record is for for what gets accepted in the end. This is still in process at the state level.
Yes,
And so
yes.
we get to decide what we're gonna count on, but I can't make that decision without having a discussion with a few other major players like Becky.
I agree.
The
Plus,
newspaper.
If we don't know, it's really our responsibility to use a conservative number.
Yeah, so this shows, yeah, so the costs on the assessment side, they do go up by 20,000.
Over the
Did you-
past year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you shrink your screen or something? I'm not seeing the whole thing anymore.
The whole screen.
All
Let me-
I see is the box with the estimated tax and yeah, there we go.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay. And that is over here. Yeah. So what we clarified is that the numbers on the current sheet are using the governor's numbers. And if we decided to do that differently, we'd have to talk about it as a group. And so for that reason, the state aid is reduced by 0.54 at this time.
And we'll have to come back and adjust this.
Yeah. So do we want to go ahead and look at the column to the left of the box with those numbers? Do we want to put in temporary numbers now?
If you want, I can. The only thing is, I've got them.
I guess I don't really see a purpose in that. because it's not going to shape our discussion. These are just numbers that we are going to roll out to the public. We just know that they're going to change.
Yeah, I can send them later.
All right. So what do you think about that, Jim?
Yeah, a lot of these, yeah, that's the issue I have with a lot of this. There's still going to be some modifications as,
But I think Susie's right. We need to talk about concepts and are we okay with this? Do we want to change the way we present it and not worry about the exact details?
Right, but we know those numbers. I mean, so I was just thinking if we could highlight them in red so that we know this has we gotta come back and fix these, or we'll just be smart and know that we have to come back.
Or no, or just type in the middle, numbers coming from George or numbers to come, you know.
Yeah. Well, I want to keep the categories, so there you go.
And
Yeah.
I will, I'll send the same table pretty much and
Okay.
Jim can just go in and modify.
Okay, good. That sounds good. That sounds,
And when I do, I'm going to send this revenue chart along with it.
yeah. All right,
So this section's done.
yeah,
yeah. And there'll
And it
probably a
should-
couple of tweaks to it as
Yep.
we get more information.
Well, I don't know, we'll have to see. If we don't change the state aid, I don't know that any of this will change. We won't have free cash for operating budget because so far, we haven't decided to do that. So the second to last line will be deleted. But yeah, I'll send you the numbers. Yeah. And then this chart will be done. When I get those numbers, this will be done and I'll send this
Great.
along with it.
great. All right. And then, ready to go
What's
to the
next?
next page? That one will change. Okay, well, we have prepared a balanced budget for FY '23.
Yeah, is there any discussion on the,
I was looking at it today. I don't see any reason to change these categories.
The categories in the pie?
The expense pie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't see a reason to change these categories really.
yeah,
It's all pretty much the big stuff. Again, Jim, I'll send it to you. It'll have all the numbers and the percentages in there. It'll have the new budget. It'll have FY '23 in the title. So I'll be able to send that to you, no problem.
right. And so, so I'm looking at the narrative part down below that. Because we're not changing the categories. And so, in the narrative, A will have a number there. B will have a number there. C will have a number there. D, we can have that, we can say 2.4 COLA and market realignment, and then it will be a number, right? Is that what we want?
Yeah, so you want to put those two numbers in brackets?
Yeah. Well, doesn't brackets mean minus?
No,
Well,
but
no,
in brackets, it would say COLA 2.4%. And then
Yeah.
the other one where it said market realignment in brackets, it would say whatever it is.
Yeah,
I'll send the information in. Right. So why don't we change the title right now? So town employee salaries, including schools, and then we should say, we'll have a number, so you could put X, we'll change the 16 to something else.
yeah,
And then maybe a sub bullet, COLA 2.4, or you
Yeah.
can put it at the end.
I think we should put it as a, maybe not, yeah, there you go. Wow, you're doing this quick. Okay, and then the other part is salary market or market realignment. What do you want to call it?
Salary, market realignment.
Mhm.
Market, well, I should use the exact term that we use in the personnel board. So let me go there real quick. Markets,
Where would that be?
market alignment,
Alignment, not realignment. Okay.
market alignment. Yeah.
Mhm. And no, so we'll have a number for that one. Okay,
so we're gonna have a number here.
Oh, market alignment. I'll give you the number.
Yeah.
$30,000, 30,000 K. 30K is fine.
Yep. Okay,
No need a bracket because
No.
there's really not a percentage you can put on that.
yeah,
Mhm.
no. Yeah, just the 30K.
Just the 30K. You don't need the bracket.
And do we know what the total COLA comes to? Oh, so market alignment wasn't with the COLA. So what was the COLA dollars?
The COLA dollar, we'll have to look, I'm gonna have to do the math on that.
Okay, we'll just put that in there later then.
Yep, salary increase. So let me write this down and make a note of what I gotta do. Salary increase,
Right,
and then COLA question mark. I'll get that for you. And then, of
Yeah.
course, we know the market alignment is 30.
yeah,
Okay,
all right, good.
yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay,
One of the other lines we should just add in here, because we know we're gonna need it, is trash hauling, and it's probably gonna go up high.
yes. So retirement, there was some increase. Was it significant enough to put it as an item this time? Over here, just looking at those bad numbers.
County retirement went up $13,000.
I'm getting, and what kind of percentage was that?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm getting it.
We're gonna have to change our order of these things for sure. 5.5.
5.5, okay, well,
Yeah.
I guess we'll
Should
put
be
it in there,
So retirement's 13K and 5.5.
okay?
Right here?
Yep.
Yep.
And then 5.5.
Yep.
Yep, okay, and, yeah, so, were these in increasing order? No, I think it was kind of relatively, so where do you want to put trash hauling?
Trash hauling should be probably the very first line, because this is
After
gonna be in
total
order.
budget? Yeah,
B, it should be B, because we're gonna order these by magnitude, and the largest increase by far is gonna be in trash hauling.
right,
Jim, here, I'll get it for you. It might as well.
trash hauling and tipping fees. Can we put them together?
Yeah, we could do, yeah, well, it's all in one line. It's on the rubbish and recycling hauling line. But I would just call it rubbish recycling.
Well, line 132 is the tipping fees, right? And line 130 is rubbish and recycling.
Well, yeah, but line 32 didn't change. So it's really rubbish and recycle hauling. It's really
Oh, I thought the
trash hauling.
tipping fees did change.
I don't know what's going on, but when you look at the budget,
Okay, looking at this one over here.
yeah,
Sorry.
row 132 has no change.
Oh, well, and she actually, when she was signing off, she said,
She might have changes.
might have a change there.
Yeah. But for now, we can say, rubbish hauling, $60,000. Rubbish recycling hauling, $60,000.
60K, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't put the slash in there. I would just, and actually the slash probably goes below between rubbish and recycling. Okay. Yep.
We okay with that?
Well, it should be rubbish slash recycling and a space between recycling and hauling.
Yeah, it's called rubbish and recycling.
Or you could
On
call
our,
it
on our regular
budget.
sheet that we're gonna print, it says rubbish and recycling hauling.
How do we like that?
Yep, just like that.
Beautiful.
Okay, the school. We have those-
28,000.
we have those numbers.
Yeah, the school's an easy one. That one jumps right out. Well, actually, I shouldn't say it's that easy because we got to figure out which lines to use.
Well, the elementary one went up 12, call it 13.
Or 12.9 if you want to go to the next level. How do we do that?
I think what we did is simplify things to K because there's too many digits flying around. So if it's 12,000,
Yeah, you're right. I
We'll
see.
just call it 13K,
I agree.
and then that's a 0.58%.
Hey, what's the consensus here?
Yeah, 13K. And 0.58%.
0.58.
Yeah. Don't do that to me.
I'll just put 0.6.
Okay. Right? We got the trash, we got the school, we got the health insurance. How'd the health insurance do? For number, way over here, line.
Health insurance, so Becky did just change that one. It's flat, 0. Don't
Oh,
need
yeah,
it.
right. So we can take that one out of our chart, of our narrative. Sleep. And we did the, how come it didn't get a letter? Oh, you know how to do that.
So,
Retirement and regional school decrease. Okay, we gotta fix line F. We gotta change that to FY22. And high school. Good. And the decrease is 64K. And it's 4%.
64.
yes,
And I'm
And
sorry,
then
the
we need-
percent.
4.0.
4%.
So-
And we can say, we can take out that middle sentence. We can say something about, we have reached.
Yeah.
We have reached 100% statutory.
Yeah, you don't want to necessarily delete all the words. Yeah, right. Yeah.
We might even say reached agreement for 100% statutory. Because I wanted to reflect that it, it was a process. So if we
Reached
say
four-town regional agreement.
yeah. Yeah, that'd be good.
Of,
For or of, yeah, okay, good. And police wages, they're not as significant this time. Don't think there are. Let's look. Police. Property, police. I think she flatlined it, didn't she?
yes.
Yeah. So other than, yeah, she did. And so other than the police vehicle, which is a different section. Okay, so we can delete G.
So there's no change.
Right. And I guess we should delete H. What do you think? We're not doing anything particular as planning board.
I thought we did.
Where are
Maybe I'm
they?
mixing up my fiscal years.
Yeah, I know. Where is
that-
planning board?
For one time. No,
Planning board.
we did.
Yeah, it's flat lined on this one.
I thought we had those legal process that it's a number the neighbors needed to take.
Some of that came out of the FinCom's reserve, but in terms of the budget, there's nothing listed.
Okay. So there's no increase for planning board, or is there a decrease of this 5,000?
No, that was a one-time list. Let me go back to this thing. Past history. Oh, well, it's still up at, it's carrying that increase. Is that what we wanted to do? Did we agree to that? We didn't disagree to that.
I don't know that.
She has the same number for, oh, really? for FY 22 as she does for FY 23. I don't think we should mark it special because it's the same in the budget of FY 23 as it was in 22.
Okay, take this one out.
I'd say so.
Yeah, if it's the same.
Okay, larger projected revenue increase and decrease.
Well,
Or
now, hold
are we
on.
missing, are we
Hold on.
missing some other items? There's some new items.
We are.
Yeah,
We are. I'm looking at the budget and I'm looking at the maintenance line for the fire department.
Oh, yeah.
And that's $11,000 increase.
1,000?
11.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
Susie,
That's the argument that Walter did that work and we don't know who we're gonna get, so we had to play it safe and put some money there. That's the argument.
yep. So that's 11,000 K.
Okay, this is fire
Maintenance,
department maintenance.
right.
I'm sorry, 11 or
Yeah, 11K.
And then the other one we're gonna have is for the assessors. Because remember, he added $9,000 because now we have to outsource utility valuations and personal
Oh,
property
yeah.
valuations.
Yeah, where is that? Okay.
That's rows 29 and 30.
Right, right.
So it's $9,000. The two combined is big enough to mention.
Yeah,
it's about 9,000 total.
Yes, it is 9,000 actual total, yes.
And this, what do we want to call this?
assessor, expense.
We say 9?
Yep. What about, do we need to put in the assistant tax collector? Yes, it
New
looks like we
position?
do.
Yeah, new position.
Yeah, it's a new position.
I would say yes.
Yeah. It got bumped. We were sort of skittering along at 2,200 and now it's really in there. I don't know. I guess, I mean, we did have it in last year's at 2,200 and now it's 3,400, which is a 54% increase because it's such a small thing.
Right.
Maybe we let that one go because it's only an increase of 1,200. So we're not going to
Yeah.
say 1K.
Yeah, it doesn't meet the threshold. And there's
Okay.
lots of things at that level.
Yeah.
I think looking through the schedule, the only other thing I think we don't mention here is the decrease, we haven't mentioned is the decrease in the library building fund.
In the library, what?
Building fund, we're not funding the 25,000 this year.
Okay. Do we want to add that?
That would be.
I don't, but we should.
Wonder if it's going to be its own section. The comings and goings.
Well, that's true, but we're showing significant changes in the operating budget.
Okay.
And that's a significant change in the
Yep.
operating budget.
Yep, that's a good point. I think it's section I.
Library building fund. Minus 25. I think we're going to change the order of these, but that's okay. We can deal with that later.
Mhm.
Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, $25,000 decrease is actually smaller than the 64 decrease on the region, and everything else is increases. So yeah, actually, I think we're not bad. D is probably going to move up. It's probably going to be A, B, D, and then elementary school C and retirement. So, but we can fix that another time.
Yeah, we can. Right. And what do maybe we should say,
I don't know if we need the
Annual.
negative.
maybe on the I, we should call it the annual library building fund. Somehow, we don't want people, we need people to understand where that's coming out of and how it's different. And I wonder,
I think you're right. We definitely do.
so maybe we'll
Funding
call it,
of library building, funding of library building, or addition to library building fund. Contribution, annual contribution to library building fund.
yeah, I think that's a good idea. Definitely get the annual in there and I, and
Funding,
annual library building contribution, fund contribution. Library building fund.
We had contribution to that?
Yeah, I think that's right, Jim.
yeah, I think that, I can't think of a better word.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and also I'll take out my calculator and add all these up, and they should come close to the change in the operating budget.
Right. Yeah, and if something sticks out,
If it doesn't, then we
we'll know
miss
why.
something.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, it's our check and balance.
right. Okay. Larger projected revenue.
We just want to call these, instead of having these minus signs, just put decreases.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's one or the other, but I think decreases are clear.
Yeah,
That's more clear.
Yeah, and it's consistent
All right.
with what we,
Well, we have,
okay, right, just take out the minus sign, good.
Yeah.
perfect, and leave it in the percentage. Yep.
Sure. And everything else,
so what is this, a minus 100%?
Yeah, don't bother with the percentage, or you
Yeah.
could say, all full amount.
We want to be consistent.
okay.
Okay.
Do we need to write increase in F and G? Do we need the word increase everywhere?
Well, if we have, we might as well continue.
All right.
Yeah, I think we
Okay.
should. Same thing
Okay.
with B on the trash hauling.
Yeah.
No, you were right. Market alignment should be increased as well.
Yeah, so why don't I just do it?
Oh,
at
you're
D?
going to do it in the top. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay. Yep.
then you can take out the 2.4 increase. Mhm. All right. And I'll make sure we have all the colons in the right place and all the consistent things, but we're just looking at it with a rough eye right now.
We don't need the increase on the COLA line.
Yeah, the word increase rate.
Right.
You don't need that?
No, because for the reason that you put it up above.
Okay.
All right, looks
Okay.
good.
Larger projected. Now, how about number 2? Are we ready for that?
Yeah, we should look at all the two. So if you could scroll so the two
You
is
wanna
at
do
the
it-
top.
Do we just want to do a quick calculation, just make sure?
I will. I'll check it later, Jim. If you can send this
Okay.
to me, I will.
Right.
We don't need to do it now.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so revenue. So it looks like the second line of the second line of the revenue schedule is the number we need. right? So it's 145, 244.
What line are you on?
So I'm looking at the first revenue item, right? Significant revenue
Oh,
changes.
on that chart, okay. Mhm.
Yeah, so number one, tax levy 2.5 increase is 145. Oh, and that should be fiscal 23. Oh, we didn't change any of those 22s, 23s yet. Okay. Well, like Susie said, you can do a full document search and replace on FY22 to FY23. Although
Yeah.
you're right, you probably want to do them one at a time for reasons like that.
Mhm.
Good point.
Well, it would only search for FY22s and change them into FY23s. You still have to go back and look for other things, but
Yeah,
whatever.
right. Yeah, you don't have to do that now. That can be done another day.
Yeah,
All right,
So-
where are we?
on two, number two. That's one, that's,
This two here?
yep. Mhm.
So,
So the
Ro-
net levy used in FY23 budget. So I'm gonna look at the revenue sheet that Becky gave us.
yeah, it's
And
145.
do I look at line?
Two.
Where do
Which
I
date, which, are we looking at the one dated April 5th?
look? No, it was what George emailed us tonight.
Oh, okay,
And there's a tab called revenue 1 year out.
okay.
145. It's change the 141 to 145.
What line are you on, George?
It's line 2, Susie. You see how it says two
Oh,
and a half
sorry.
equals?
One and line 2. Yep. And it's 2.83, but that's.
That 2.83 is the increase in from the 141 to the 145, not necessarily the 2.5.
Yeah. But is that, because the term on the chart, on the narrative says net, is that where the net is?
No.
Okay,
So let me look at that. Let me look at that. I'm going back to the chart. Total net. No, but see, that's part of the net. The net is a combination of the tax levy 1 and the change in excess levy capacity 2.
so is that a line on the revenue chart somewhere?
It is, but let's change the 141 to 145, and then Susie, I'll show it to you.
Okay, okay.
This
So
should be
let's change the
145.
141 to 145.
Yep,
And then what you're looking for.
Is it still 2.5%?
yeah, that's just the, yeah. So this,
Okay,
this box of, this narrative of 2 is taking people through the steps. It's saying, step 1 is the whole tax levy that was available. Step 2 is changes to excess levy capacity from FY22, right? And on the chart, do we have that, George?
I do. So,
Line
and I'm looking. It's going to be
9.
81. It's going to be 81K.
And what line are you on?
So Susie, typically it would be on the revenue schedule, and it's row, drum roll please, it's row 19. But if
Okay, I
you look,
see. Yep.
there's no difference. It's
Yeah.
0,
Yeah,
which indicates that we're going up 2.5%.
right.
But we know that's not true. You have to go to the expense sheet,
Yeah,
and you have to scroll to the very bottom of the expense sheet.
okay.
And in
Okay.
column L,
No, L. Hey, there's not a lot of columns over here. A, B, C. What's
Yeah.
72,000? No,
well, I get 81,000. It's called the gap, line 181.
181. Okay, yep, oh, okay.
So basically, that's the revenue over the operating expenses. That revenue is not going to be needed, so it's going to be
Right.
the increase in the excess levy capacity. So for now, excess
Right.
levy capacity is 81,000.
But
did,
that's-
Is it part of, is there any levy capacity left over from last year that we put in with this?
Oh, well, it adds to last year's. That's what this is.
Okay, so we're adding 81,000 for the levy capacity. Negative 11. I mean, negative 81, sorry. Okay, change.
Yeah, you know, that's weird.
So wouldn't it say decrease 81K?
I'm confused on this because let me just look at last year's. I want to look at what happened last year. Yeah, it's going to be an increase this year. We're increasing levy capacity this year.
Right, by 81,000?
Yeah, so that should be a increase, $81,000 increase. It shouldn't say a decrease. So change the excess levy capacity from FY22, increase 81,000. I'll get you the percentage in a second.
And did we really decrease?
I'm sorry,
Last
this should be, right here, this should be increase. And 81,000.
Yes.
George, it looks like, did you just send the expense side, not the revenue side?
You got to click in the tab. That's the same thing I said to Becky. You
Yeah,
gotta
but
click
which
in
of those tabs is the current revenue?
all the way to the right.
Beyond salary, the tab that's
Yes.
on beyond salary, which I didn't figure out how to find, it finally came up.
Yeah, it's all the way to the right.
Oh, it's to the right. Okay, all the way to the right.
On beyond salaries.
So it says revenue 1 year out. Is that?
Yep.
Yes,
That's it.
that's the
You
one.
got it.
All right.
So when I go to row 19 on that schedule and I add 81, 181, because we're increasing our levy capacity because we're not taxing at the full 2.5, I get 579. The increase is 81,000, just like it should be. And the percentage change is 16%.
Okay, so you were just doing all of that, jumping around online. Where did it go? 19. You
Yeah, it's
just,
still
you
This
just
is
did
19%.
16.
No. But I'm saying he was working on line 19 of our revenue sheet.
Okay, so this is a 16% increase.
Yes. So
Okay.
Susie, just for your information,
Yeah.
you could do, if you go into that cell, and where it says 497,921 in column M, and subtract the $81,000, you'll get the new number 579, right?
Okay.
And you see 16%. Can you confirm it's 16?
I can't, I don't want to fool with this.
Okay, all right. That's fine. We're going to get a chance to double check these. I just
Yeah.
was asking you to double check my work, but that's okay. We'll get a
Right.
chance. I'm sure
Right.
it's right.
Right.
And then,
Okay.
so the net is those two things combined, 145 minus 81.
Yeah.
So we're increasing everybody's taxes by we're adding $64,000 new taxes this year. That's not bad.
Very good. So does that sound like the right impact on our tax rate?
Well, I don't know. 64 at 1.1. What was the impact on our tax rate? Yeah, it does. It does.
Oh, well, that's excellent.
No, it does because it went up 66 cents. And at 1.1 on 64, you're close. I use 1.1, 1.2 per thousand is the increase on the tax rate.
Right.
66 cents it went up. So, all right, yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, we're just kind of ballparking it so we know we're considering all the right elements.
Right, and we're not wildly off. We know that we got a way to check it. And that new growth is still 10 grand.
Yeah.
What I was going to show you.
So this latest revenue sheet that Becky just sent, the excess levy capacity isn't right?
No, it is.
She didn't finalize it. What she usually does, Jim, is before she prints the PDF versions of this, she'll take the surplus that's on the expense sheet and she'll increase the excess levy capacity by that amount. And what happens is the surplus on the expense sheet goes to zero. And
Yeah.
so then you have a balanced budget, which is what we're going to present to the town. But she doesn't make that change until the very end because it's
Yeah.
changing until we get everything done.
Okay, because right now it doesn't show any change in excess levy capacity
Right.
on her.
No,
But
that's
you're,
right.
but you're figuring it'll be about 81,000.
As things stand right now, it is.
Right.
Because if you go to the expense sheet and you look at the very bottom, you'll see that there's a surplus of 81,000. That's the amount of that 2.5 revenue increase of 145 that we will not actually be adding to the taxes.
Okay. All right.
So one of the things about this, just going to the citizen view, is I don't think section 2 really gives the citizen the understanding of how this budget is working. We're not taking all the 2.5. We have this, people think 2.5, it goes up 2.5. It doesn't go up 2.5.
We
So-
have to explain it.
I know, but the it's kind of cloaked in that the excess levy capacity increased. Like, they don't know that that means we didn't use all of the 2.5. I wonder how the languaging is on that one. I don't feel like it's direct enough.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you is Becky is going to look us in the eye and say, we have to do it that way. We have no choice.
Oh, no, I
That's how
know
we-
that. So I'm just thinking,
Okay.
after, so we're in narrative 2, and we're looking at section A, we're looking at part 2. So calling it the change to the excess levy capacity is not
So
citizen
you're-
friendly. I'm wondering if it needs to say what percentage of the 2.5 was used, or something like that.
I think let me throw this, drop this idea on you. Row A, new tax levy. How about net tax levy increase in FY23, 64,000 or whatever. Yeah, $64,000.
And the percentage that it equaled.
Sure. Yeah. I can get
And
that.
then 1 and 2 are an explanation of how that happened. Right?
Yes, they're the breakout of it.
Yeah. Right.
Do we
So,
want to add
so
or-
on sentence A, it just needs to say net tax levy used in the FY23 budget, 64K. And we'll say what percentage that is.
So I'm working on the percentage right now, Susie.
Okay.
I just want to calibrate what I'm doing here. She uses a Mac, so her spreadsheets aren't necessarily. All right, there we go, intuitive for me.
64 divided into 145. I mean, divided by 145.
Nope, you want to divide it by 5.809 because 81181, because that's the levy. And instead of going up 2.5, we're going up 1.1. So in other words, we're increasing the amount of money we have to raise from real estate taxes on existing properties by 1.1%.
So he's got the 64K, and then he could write 1.1%.
That's correct. That is correct.
Okay. So,
Where if we left it, now the 145 represents 2.5%, but we're going up 64. So you could even extrapolate it that way.
okay, how about taking out 1 and 2 altogether? Why the hell would anybody at town
Because-
meeting need to see that? Because we know that all the information is presented on the budget sheets, but this is a summary. And I just think we don't need to sort of get lost in the details for them.
Well, there are 2 reference points on the revenue sheet. That's the only reason I would say that. You can't find the 64, but you can find the 145 and you can find the 81. And when we describe this, especially if people ask about it, we can point to those 2 lines and we can have this very conversation. That would be, that's the pro. That's all I'm telling you.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe the finance committee when we review this, we can have that conversation with them.
Yeah, maybe, Jim, would you just highlight 1 and 2 in yellow and we'll have that conversation? Because I really do think for making it clear to people, just A is needed and B, A and B.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree with George that you're not going to see a 64 anywhere in the documentation. And the tax levy is usually a pretty important number that I think that people look to.
Yeah, so
I think there's some value in having these lines to explain.
okay, well, I think that I'll continue to look with one eye on how to make it simply clear. And that I
Yeah.
feel like the report is part of that, but we don't have to worry about it yet.
Yeah.
Because the word net is the word that is the operant. And is the word net on any of those lines? Line
That's the issue.
19? Nope, not line 19. Tax levy, nope, not there. Total
think-
tax levy, nope.
But if we reduce,
Levy, percentage of levy limit, nope. New tax, nope, it's not on there. So I don't feel like we have to change the,
well, another thing, if when we actually go in here and change the excess levy capacity by 81,000, that is going to reduce the tax levy by the same amount.
the other thing is that,
Right.
there's no tax rate on this chart, is that right, or am I missing it? It's here somewhere?
It's at the top. It's right up here.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay,
George, when we adjust the excess levy capacity, that will change the tax levy line by that 81,000.
No, it won't change the tax levy line. It'll change the excess levy capacity line.
Yeah. But then that will recalculate the tax levy
Yes, yeah.
by the same
Oh,
amount.
yeah, no, you're right. Good call, Jim. Yeah, because Becky, I didn't realize
So
that
we don't,
wasn't
so we don't
done.
need to do all this.
You know what? Holy shit.
so in the report, at the
Mhm.
beginning, we have a different tax levy
Yes.
amount, right?
Yeah.
my
Once,
God.
yeah, once the excess levy capacity changes by 81,000, then the tax levy will go to 64.
That's a good point. You're right. I didn't even think of
Yep.
that.
Yeah,
It changes the tax rate. We got to go back to the top and change it.
yeah.
Well, we won't right now. We'll know that it will change. Will our box change?
Yes,
Okay, going back to the
but
top. of-
I thought I heard that the 81 isn't the final yet either. There's still going to be some other adjustments.
Say that again, Jim?
Well,
He thought
what we
the,
we talked about earlier, this 81,000 in excess levy capacity, that probably will change a little bit more
Well,
before
it's-
we're done.
the change in the gap, which then becomes the excess levy capacity.
Yeah.
The gap is gonna
Yeah.
change. 'Cause all the.
Yeah, so we don't need these other than, we do need a line probably for probably a change in excess levy capacity, just to note there's a change in it. But we don't need this net tax levy. The tax levy will be, this is just tax levy. The tax levy will be 64K based on what we have in here right now.
Yes.
Well, I know, so going back to the beginning of this discussion, is that Becky wants to, Becky bases it on the 2.5, but do we need to show it in our report?
Yeah, I think it's a conversation we have with the finance committee.
Okay,
Like I said, there's pros and cons. And
Yeah.
for me, one of the pros is those are numbers that are on the schedule. Jim agrees, but others might say, yeah, I always find that very confusing. It throws me off. And it's better if somebody asks, we'll just explain, but
But I think we want to take this word net out of here.
Well, except for I'm in favor of having that sentence because some people accuse us of raising the taxes 2.5% every year, and we do not. And this is the line that states that.
I don't know that anybody's going to really know the difference. I see no harm in leaving it. It does reinforce a point, as I think is what you're saying, Susie. It reinforces an important point. So I would be fine with leaving it. Let's leave it for now. I think we just highlight it in yellow and let's talk about that as well.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, let's go to the top. Let me give you the tax numbers as we have them now, because I'd like when Becky looks at this to have the chance to check this number. So the tax, I'm projecting the tax rate because now I've got the excess levy capacity adjustment. I'm projecting the tax rate to be $22.16, which is a 1.5 increase from FY22. Not
So this number must change to,
No, that's still the, oh,
yeah, hold on, I'll get it for you.
you're right.
5383. No, he's definitely right. Good call, Jim. And you know what? I'm just going to do I'm going to do a secondary calculation. 5383 divided by 2429.
And Jim, he wants this increase 3% changed.
1.5. Yes.
Right here to 1.5. Oh, yeah.
right here?
Yep. That's a
1.5?
1.5% increase. Yep. Yeah. And 2216 checks out. I calculated it a different way and I got the 2216. So
And that,
we're looking good.
too, that also makes things clearer to people. Of course, and because the state aid did not increase, we can see, state aid, yeah, the state aid in fact went down. So the fact that we could keep the tax increase to only 1.5 is, another piece of the work we did.
Yep. Okay.
I find this to be.
I've been
really
saving, just so you don't get nervous. I
Nice.
have been making saves.
I've been watching you. I was going to say something and I saw you doing it. Yes, you're a smart
Okay,
man.
we're at 3. Woo!
We're up to
Okay.
3.
So I have these numbers if you want them, beginning balances. I have them. Because,
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't have the actual free cash number. I have an estimate of it. I've got a rounded free cash number.
I thought we
I
had that.
thought Becky gave us a free cash number.
She did, and I'm looking
Like-
for it and I can't find it. Sometimes
I
she
think
sends
I
an email.
have it here.
It was right,
It's
I think it
one-
was like December-ish, December or January.
Yeah, 1.173, but the problem is, I think the title of the email she sent it in didn't necessarily say
I think
that.
it was 1.7.
Yeah, I think it's 1173 something. I think it
Okay.
rounds to 1174.
Yeah, and that's what we use as round numbers, so that's good.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so let me read them. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Okay, so.
We have
all
this right?
Yep, you do.
And what date would this be roughly? As
Beginning
of
of the year, July 1st.
21?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so the next one for capital stabilization, the number is, and you can get this off the expense report, capital stabilization is 371. And stabilization is 456.
So is this
And
on your tool, on your spreadsheet?
Yeah, the one I sent you last week.
Yep.
It's down in row 26
Yeah.
and down. And the total increase, Jim, is 2,001,2001. And I'm going to check that math right now from what I see on the screen. So we got 1174, 371
Oh, I know where it is.
and 456 gives me 2,000,001. Yep, good.
Yep. Okay,
So that's done. All right.
4.
So change that to FY 23. And this is all also on the
I would-
spreadsheet.
Right, I would leave this alone because we have one more meeting and we're going to be talking. So I wouldn't even go here yet. We could take out the culvert, we could take out B. And we can take out A, B,
Well, we should change A to
part 2.
engineering,
Oh,
school
engineering,
roof.
right, right.
engineering for school roof.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's $60,000 from free cash. And we could do them all right now, Susie. The ones
Well,
did.
we don't agree, we don't have the finals on the sources yet. We know some of these things.
Yeah, we know the speed recorders, whatever you want to call them, the
Yeah.
speeding signs, and we know the trucks. Fire and police.
Fire and police, right.
And we also know the dump truck.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we know 4.
Yeah, we know we could put those in now if,
Okay, so take out Locks Pond Culvert. We're done with that.
yeah, and we should make that one highway truck. We'll do the big one first. Highway dump truck.
That one word?
No,
No.
And it's 225K. From capital stabilization.
and C, we can call, what do we have, those little ones? No, that's mixed together. So capital plan here.
The next largest thing is the Ford Explorers. Police and fire is 99,000.
So that's
No, it's not
police.
99,000, just oh, you're gonna put them in together? Oh,
I
sure.
don't know. No,
No,
probably
I
shouldn't.
think you better not. I think you better not.
Okay. Fair
What do
enough.
we call this? A vehicle, a cruiser?
One is a cruiser, one is police cruiser, and the other one is fire chief
Right.
SUV, fire chief truck. And I
this
don't have
is-
the split between those in front of me.
I'm
Although-
looking at it. I see the police cruiser listed at 53,277, and the other one is listed at 36. So somehow they rounded it off to 99. So I don't know.
That's quite a rounding.
Yeah.
53 and 36?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought Becky told me the police was
What?
54 and the other one's
45?
gotta be, it's gotta be 54 and 45.
Yeah. No, I don't think the fire department one went up.
Well, I don't know. I could have sworn the police was 54 and I don't know how she got the 89, the 99.
Yeah.
The two capital planning guys aren't with us, so
Right.
they should have these
Well,
numbers.
let's see, we had the,
I have the minutes approved, and those are the numbers that I mumbled my way through. These were approved minutes. So rounding it off, we can call it 53 and 36.
Yeah, except that we transferred, the warrant article says 99.
Yep. Yeah, maybe there was a,
yeah, we had the,
well, we're not done with that. I mean,
these were the items that we marked in blue on,
Yes,
was this on your On
This
your
is-
sheet, George, right?
Yeah, the one we were looking at during the meeting, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
So why don't we pull up, why
well,
don't we
let's,
pull them off of that?
because they're merged, they're not separate.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
and the
so
total,
I'm thinking there might have been an error in adding them up, because the approved minutes from the meeting where we saw the cap plan say 53 and really 37 if you round it. 53 and 37. So maybe we're gonna fix that.
okay,
We'd be happy
Let's-
to save $10,000.
I'll put a highlight on these ones.
Sure.
yes,
And these
Yes.
are both from free cash, right?
yes.
What do we call this, an SUV?
Yeah, that's good. And it's 37,000. And then you can ditto that other, yeah. Okay. Okay, and no, the old C disappears.
I'm gonna just highlight these numbers to make
Okay.
sure we
Yep.
make a
so there
change
you go.
somewhere.
Yep,
Okay,
C goes away.
right, we will have an E and an F, but yes, it goes away. And D, yep. So after this accounting software for $20,000 from free cash,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, what are we calling this?
accounting software. $20,000 from free cash. And then F, there's 3 speed signs,
Oh, yeah, 3 speed signs.
or speed signs -3.
And here they call them electronic speed boards. So I think we better call them that, because just.
No, I agree, I agree.
Plain old speeding sign would be.
Yeah, right. Good point.
Is speed boards, is that 2 words?
No, in this case, it's one.
Okay,
I wouldn't have guessed that either. Okay, and that's $12,000 from free cash. I'm gonna add them up. They should add up to 191. Oh, actually, they won't, because we have. the
Now,
difference.
we'll be back at this section after our next meeting, so the word stabilization can disappear, that's hanging there. And free cash
All right.
used in operating budget,
None.
None.
Can get rid of that whole
All 5.
section.
All 5 is gone.
Yep.
See, we're racing through this.
God, that's the way I like it. Yeah, so this one, same deal, until we see the warrant
Yeah, we don't
articles.
have that. It might come up later. You might
Yeah.
even just leave it there and take out what it's, just leave number 6, because this comes up late.
Just take out the assessor's stipend and everything past the year. Because we don't know what it is that we haven't paid yet.
Yeah,
from 21?
Well, we don't know what year it'll be. It could be
it'll
any
be
year,
the bill
really.
of 21 though, won't it? Oh, sometimes
Yeah.
it can be older.
Yeah, no, but I think that's true. I would leave it as an X right now, and then I delete everything in the descriptions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what they will be.
But we know it won't be these ones.
It
Right.
won't be those
Mhm. All right,
unless, yeah, it won't be those.
Okay, cash reserves, okay, which, this is too soon to do, this number 7.
I think so. I mean, we have it, but
Over it.
we're not done.
We're not done, so go right over that. Now we're on 8.
Although I gotta say, I will say this, Susie.
Yeah.
I will say this, the things that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
the track and the library aren't going to have FY23 cash. All right, that's fine.
We
Alright.
don't know yet. Okay. And now new 7.
I would highlight that though.
Yeah, highlight that section. That'd be great.
Well, highlight the section.
Yeah, because we're gonna
Yeah,
come back.
just so
to
we
that.
don't forget. We don't
Yeah.
want to forget this and have it go. I mean, I can't imagine we would, but
Okay,
I just,
upcoming. Okay. Okay, A is still true.
yes. What about the range? Should we put a range on that
Yeah,
one?
that'd be a good idea. I don't know what the range is though.
Well, I heard 750 bandied about the other day. I'm thinking
Yeah,
600
but
to
then
800.
the 750 included the 60,000 for the engineering, so maybe it could be, we could say from 700. Oh, we don't know. We don't know. That's why we're getting an estimate.
Engineering, yeah.
That's why we
Yeah.
get the engineering done. Maybe a question mark after 600K, or make it 700K for some people that think it's that.
We could say roughly 700K.
Or we could put
Approximately.
700K question mark, so we have 2 question marks. 'Cause that's the way our life goes.
Okay.
Library building.
Oh, boy.
No, we're going to have a discussion. So it's not going to be in upcoming potential. It will be in the discussion for numbers 4 and 5 and 6 somewhere. in there.
I honestly believe that I think what we're going to end up doing is making a whole section called library.
Yeah,
Library building.
right. Let's just take this one out.
Yeah, I think we need to create a section. We should make a number 8 and call it library building.
Yeah,
And because there's a lot of facts and things there's
Yep,
a number of
yep.
bullet items.
yep. Boop. Okay, and the replacement, we've done it. Take out the police cars, the replacement. That was what we did.
Oh,
Do you have the capital plan in front of you?
Yep,
Let me get it. Oh, good. All right. If you got the capital plan, you can see what's in there for
I'll
FY
tell
20.
you. It is FY24. That's not that one. This page over here. Geez, maybe we're gonna be sitting pretty for a while. Huh?
Well, I think 2 things we're going to want to add is the highway track and the highway roof. I'm sorry, did I say highway?
Yeah,
APRS, the regional school track and the regional
Oh,
school
yeah.
roof.
right. That's exactly right. In 23, nope, we did that one. 24, you said. In 24, what are they talking about? A refurbished fire truck? Are you kidding me?
Ouch.
They have, they have a refurbished fire truck for 2024 for 250,000.
I call it building.
And they have the parking lot paving at the school. And
That never
painting,
got done, did it?
and no, and painting the building for the school. The paving is, oh, wait a minute, they're pushing those back to 25. So just for 24, is that what we say? Yeah, okay.
Well,
So just the kitchen floor from the school and painting the building.
for 24?
Painting the building is 40,000. Yeah, for FY24, painting the building is 40,000 and a new kitchen floor is 15,000. You can put them together, painting and floor replacement, or I
well,
don't know.
they're small enough. We could even, yeah.
Painting and
Kitchen
Okay.
floor. And those two things come to 55,000.
55?
Yep. And in 24, we have the fire truck refurbish.
Wait a second, did you say the elementary school paving?
Nope, they put that off on this schedule till 25.
Okay.
All right,
Refurbished fire truck was already on there. We had it.
we did. Oh.
Well, it was beyond FY '24.
Oh, I should. Oh,
Yeah,
and
so we want to
beyond.
make, no, we want to make a C out of it. There's no question. We want to add a line for it.
This is for the fire, for this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just for this one?
Cut that and paste it into its own row. Control X will cut it. Oh, very smart.
And
And
the
this
project-
is,
It's 20, where was I? 250K. There's also some turnout gear, but let's not even go there. That is just not, we're not gonna.
Oh.
Those are the big things.
Now, so we need a D. So create a D and paste what you just deleted earlier. So in other words, Susie, one of the things we had, both of you, one of the things we had last year was something called Beyond FY '23.
Mhm.
And that's where we had the refurbished fire vehicle.
Okay, so beyond FY '23, we should put down the paving of the school parking lot for 100,000. It's actually beyond FY '24. No,
Right.
yeah,
We called it, last year it was called Capital Plan Needs Beyond FY '24.
you were awfully fancy.
So it was called Capital Plan Needs Beyond FY '24.
100,000, 100K. And let me look. It's called FY '25. And the other things is something in police and something else in fire. All right. Fire.
And by the way,
No, they've already replaced their Ford Explorer, so that will disappear.
last year when we wrote capital, let me go back to it. Last year, the line that said capital plan needs beyond FY '23, we listed things, we didn't give dollar amounts because it's too far out to even try to guess.
Oh, good point. Okay,
So Jim, you should make that, line called capital plan needs beyond FY '24. Dump.
yes, there's 3 items here, right? The B, C, and D are both in that category. Or all 3 of them are in that
yeah,
category.
yep, you're right.
I'm confused. Beyond FY '24?
No,
No, right, so
no, those are all,
24 and beyond.
That's what I'm saying. We need another line.
Another title, you mean?
If you look at last year's, the very last bullet item under this section was called Capital Plan Beyond Fiscal Year 20. It would be 4 for this year.
yeah.
So Capital Plan Needs Beyond FY '24.
And
Yeah,
those
so
are
we should
only
move
C
this,
and D.
we should
Just
move
C
this
and
roof
D.
up to,
No, because we are not doing beyond the engineering in FY '23.
well, fiscal year '23, we might have a capital project for it,
Yeah, we were thinking we might have a special town meeting.
But,
right?
okay,
So-
maybe
so
we need
that's-
to change the sentence in 7. Maybe it should just say upcoming potential capital projects and leave off for FY '23 and beyond. Just leave off that part.
Well, the beauty of having a row for beyond FY24 is we just listed things without dollars. Because we just don't know, and we don't want to scare people, and, you know, we don't want to embarrass them.
So these aren't all 24 projects.
Yeah. And beyond.
Yes?
Yes, they're all 24 and beyond, and we didn't take
Okay.
out
Yeah,
the
so,
values.
so our title needs to be fixed, right? The title number 7 should be FY24.
Yeah, and then take that A and move it up. So we need to take this and maybe move this to,
Maybe make it its own category. Because
Well,
we don't want to confuse, we have a warrant article that addresses where we're at on that roof. And we're not, that's all we're gonna do at FY23. The town meeting for FY23.
yeah, we
At
can't
this
list,
point.
but we're likely to have a project during fiscal year 23 for the roof.
yeah, but we can't put it in the section with all the stuff we listed because there's not
Right.
a warrant article for it. Yeah.
Well, so just take A, make a new 7 that says potential FY23. Or maybe just put, yeah, because we got the 24
I
in
don't
there.
know.
Maybe just leave off the words for 24, FY24 and beyond. Just leave that
Yeah,
off. And
I
then we
think
can
you're
put,
right.
we could just put, after the school roof, we can say possibly FY23.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And it gives us more flexibility in this section.
Yeah.
And there's,
Do do we want to put fiscal year 23 here? Is that what you said, Susie?
Yeah, well, yeah, and you could do another question mark.
that's not bad. In the
And
bracket.
then the other ones, do we want to do the lead for B and C and D? Do we want to take the money off, or do we want to put like FY24 in parentheses? Yeah, how about doing that?
Are these, what kind of numbers are these? Are these fairly,
Well, they're not going to be engineered for painting.
No.
Those are bids. All of those things are simple bids.
so we
There's
have
no
gotten bids. We
funny.
have gotten bids.
We haven't gotten bids.
But why
no.
not just add fiscal year 24 to these 3
Yeah, I
items?
think so. But the parking lot is fiscal year 25. Yep, 24. And
Those are all the big ones, Susie, that we see in the upcoming.
fire vehicles 24. And that one is 25. Good. Okay,
So let's,
I just added this library,
good
just
idea. Mhm.
so we
That's
don't
a good
lose it.
place to put it.
Yeah.
Although we could maybe put it at where 7 is and move. Because the library issues are more now than potential upcoming.
can we skip the library? And when we talk about it as a finance committee, we can accumulate the information.
Yeah, let's not even go there for right now, tonight.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm
Good idea.
thinking.
9.
Okay, so I have all these numbers. Give me
Okay.
a second to open the OPEB spreadsheet. And then,
Okay. Yep,
and then I think I'm gonna implode. So
yep.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but it means I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, what
I
time
think-
are we at? Yeah, let's just do OPEB and
Yeah, if we can do OPEB, and then maybe just we can start thinking about,
we have, yeah,
Pen.
you can send us this draft, Jim, and we'll
Yeah.
keep thinking and we'll schedule another meeting. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
yep,
Okay, so OPEB, first line is, drumroll, please, you need an actuarial liability. It's gonna be as of June 21, June 30, 21. I'll get you the number in the meantime.
The year is 21, right?
3,570,000.
3,570,000.
Just keeps growing. And
Even
the
with all
balance,
COVID cases, huh? Okay.
and the balance is 712.
That's what
I'm
we
gonna-
saved?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we are right now for a balance. Now I can confirm that in the, I'm gonna do a quick check on that.
You're not
No, I
gonna,
just put them back. I want to see how that changes. Okay. From where we were.
Yeah, it grew. It's on the expense form, which I actually don't have in front of me, so never mind. But that's the number that it was at the beginning of the year. I don't know if it changes as the year goes on, but that was the start balance in
Okay.
July. Expense reports, I'm trying to find,
is correct. D is correct. E is out of there.
so for D, state gives us 30 years. We discovered that we don't have to fully fund the liability.
So do we want to take that line out?
So I'm trying to think what state gives towns 30 years to fund their full. So I would take out the first part, gives towns 30 years can go. State does not require towns to fully fund the liability.
I don't know if that's the right conservative financial committee message. It's not that we're not just doing it because of the state requirement. I don't know what this sentence should be.
No, Susie, I know what you're saying, and I agree with you 100%. The only reason I say that is because in previous years, we said we had to have it fully funded by 2040. All of a sudden, we don't. And I don't know. I mean, we can certainly address it on the floor of town meeting. And we're changing the way we're going about this from how we used to do it. Because we thought, Mike, are you listening? Michael, because Mike Vinsky and Elaine Paleo were in Boston, and they thought they heard that we were required to fund this by 2040. And I understand, it's.
And in fact, some towns are fully, so it's that not just what they heard. Mhm.
Well, but
Right.
Odyssey told us something different from that.
No, that's right. No. What I'm saying is, we, for a number of years, have been under the impression that we had to fully fund the liability, 3.570, whatever that number will be in 2040, it would have to be 100% funded. That's no longer the case. That changes the way we go about this tremendously.
Well, but it's actually not stop changing what we're doing each year so far. We're still doing C. And so maybe D is, we are working to continue to fund. But no,
Yes,
just leave
okay.
it. Just take D out.
But that's what C says that.
Yeah, so just take D and E out. That's my vote.
That's-
Okay,
I
I'm good
vote
with
for
that.
that too.
we'll see what the rest of the committee thinks. I'm totally okay with that. And, we'll address it on the floor. We'll talk about it. I mean, and we're in a transition on OPEB right now, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And we
All
can
right.
think about thoughts on the future for
Yeah.
next time
Right.
when we're fresh.
So we
Well-
know that on the 25th, we will have some of the resolution for numbers and stuff. And we know that this is a report that we try to get out somewhat before town meeting. Maybe what we should do is decide 2 weeks before town meeting.
I'm sorry.
Say that again?
You want to plan to get this out? Oh, so we finished our last draft on June 3rd and the town meeting was June 12th. So that was 9 days. So if we got this report finished 2 weeks ahead of town meeting, we'd be doing well. And 2 weeks before town
There's
meeting.
no mailings anymore, right?
May 7th. What's that?
There's no mailings anymore?
No.
Yeah, then we're good.
Correct.
Okay,
So
so,
May 7th, so we just need another 1.5 times to meet before May 7th, after we get the numbers from the 25th.
so you think we'll have significant more information on Monday?
Oh, yeah,
A week, I guess a week from Monday. Wait, this coming Monday,
coming Monday,
I'm sorry, what's coming up on Monday?
25th.
Yeah, what's happening?
That's the library discussion, right?
Oh, okay, all right.
Isn't
and
it?
then we meet on the.
I don't know. I
We
haven't
as a
kept track.
we as the finance committee meet,
Wednesday.
Wait a minute, what are we doing?
Becky sent out an invitation today for the
Oh, to meet with
27th.
Natalie and what's her name? Yeah, Joe Comerford's office.
Oh, that's not finance committee. Discussion
I-
regarding new library funding. That is on the 27th, which is a Wednesday.
I have us for,
Where's that box?
I have us meeting on the 27th. I think that's
Yes,
what we talked about in our last meeting.
right. It's next Wednesday.
Okay, so that's next Wednesday. And then you said Monday we'll have information.
No, I'm mixed up by 2 days. I thought I have too many lives. So somebody's meeting on the 25th, but it's not you guys. And
No,
okay, so it's the 27th. I'll fix that in my understanding.
That's when we meet.
Yes.
But you say we'll have more information.
Right. I think what's happening is, the library trustees are gonna meet on the 25th, and they're hoping to have more information about the estimates.
good.
Okay, so when do we want to schedule the next subcommittee meeting?
Well.
I would say it's sometime after the 27th.
Yes,
Oh, yeah. I think it has to be in the week of May 2 through 6.
I am
Okay, and
traveling.
we're meeting as a team, as a finance committee on the 3rd, Tuesday. That's our current plan.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to be a mess. I'm doing a red eye from San Francisco on the 2nd and landing on the 3rd.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
Well-
can hardly wait.
We could meet to finish the report in the week of the 9th through the 13th, but towards the beginning of that week. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
What is today?
The 19th.
Today is
Today's
the
a
19th.
Tuesday. The
Yeah.
Tuesday, right. We could, I'm open to meeting any day of the week of that week, the 9th through the, let's say we meet either the Monday, the 9th, or Tuesday, the 10th, or Wednesday, the 11th, but that'd be the outside number.
So what about Tuesday, the 10th?
Sure, let's do that
Yeah,
report.
my schedule's tough, but yeah, I should be able to do that. We
Okay.
just lost Jim.
We just lost him.
Yeah,
We weren't on a timer, right? No.
I don't think so. I don't know how
Yeah.
that works. It was 2 hours.
Long 2 hours. But we got a lot of it done, and I think we're really ready to, I think the template works for us, and we fixed up, and we just have a little more thinking to do.
Yeah, no, I think we're in good shape. I really do. Getting the right numbers in place isn't going to take much time at all.
Right. And we ran into learning things that helped clarify some numbers, and that's really what that's why I wish other people would participate so they could learn, but that's all right. That's their style.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Melody, I guess is sick, so that
Yeah.
was too bad.
Right.
It would be good, but I'll tell you this, the more people that participate, the longer it takes us to get
Yes,
this thing.
that's true. We do have somewhere, I don't know where it's written, the meeting of presenting to the public that they were gonna ask Paul to moderate.
Yeah, so the budget hearing is scheduled for the 17th of May.
Not here. Where's that timeline thing?
It's basically the Tuesday before town meeting.
Okay, so that would probably be on the 17th.
It is.
PL moderates. Okay. Okay, great. Well, I think Jim not only fell off the screen, he went to bed.
Yeah, I guess so. It looks like Mike disappeared too.
Okay. I call this
guess-
meeting to adjourn.
Okay,